parole hearing. The board turned Sirhan down yesterday. Doug Bruckner was at that hearing, and today he was the only reporter allowed to talk with Sirhan and his attorney. Doug is up in our newsroom with that story right about now.
Administrative appeal, and he may also take court action to get a new parole hearing in the next 2 months. None is now scheduled for 2 more years. In an exclusive interview this morning at Soledad prison, Sirhan and his attorney Luke McKissick told me why they think they should get another chance.
Sirhan believes the board members made up their minds on his fate before the hearing even started. He thinks recent terrorist incidents in Europe and the Middle East may have influenced board members.
What would prevent me if I had any criminal tendencies or any, violent desire to get out of this prison? Why couldn't I ask the Palestinian, rebels in the Middle East to hijack a plane or to kidnap some diplomats and demand my release? I've never done that.
Sirhan's attorney will base an administrative appeal of yesterday's ruling on conversations of board members overheard by reporters on an open microphone. Attorney Luke McKissick listened to the tapes and charged the board was working from a, quote, pre-written script and decided Sirhan's fate in less than 5 minutes. Yesterday's ruling will be reviewed by a hearing officer and another panel. Either could order the rehearing Sirhan says he deserves.
Society does it on a normal basis with all other offenders. Why couldn't they do it to me? I feel that I'm the best parole risk of all prisoners in this state. And if I were that repulsive an individual, that much of an ogre, among your society, why don't you deport me? And once deported, how can I be, a physical threat to any person in this country? Certainly, I couldn't. A .22 rifle or bullet or a gun couldn't reach across the Atlantic Ocean, to aim it at any, politician in this country.
Parole board members deny there was any quick count yesterday. They say they gave Sirhan a fair hearing. News 4 LA is preparing a series of special reports on the parole controversy, and we will have more of our exclusive interview with Sirhan.
Today in Soledad prison, Channel 4's Doug Bruckner was the only reporter allowed to talk to Sirhan Sirhan and his attorney. And Doug is here with us now to tell us what's next for Sirhan now that his parole has been denied once again.
Well, yesterday's denial of parole to Sirhan was a provisional ruling. It must still be reviewed by other officials of the Board of Prison Terms. And Sirhan's attorney will appeal for a rehearing, he hopes, in 60 days. None is now scheduled for 2 more years. Sirhan told me this morning the rulings yesterday not only disappointed him, but also, he claims, threatened his physical safety.
For 10 years, Sirhan has been confined in a special protective unit at Soledad prison, and he believes his new assignment to another facility will endanger his life. In denying his parole, state officials ordered his transfer yesterday for 3 months into the general prison population. In an exclusive interview, Sirhan told me the entire proceeding yesterday may have been influenced by recent terrorist incidents in Europe and the Middle East.
This country is governed by the rule of law. It is not governed by terrorist tactics. Now, if you want to deprive me of my rights under your own established rules and your own laws, at least come out and tell me that outright, rather than to tell me that you didn't program or you didn't go to Alcoholics Anonymous programs, and on that basis we're going to deprive you of your liberty. Tell me that you're a terrorist and we don't want you out of our prisons. I can live with that. But all these deceptions and these circuitous kind of, devious ways of denying me parole, I don't think it's fair.
If he does win release, Sirhan pledged that he would immediately take up residence in the Middle East. He scoffed at suggestions by some U.S. politicians that radical Arabs there would welcome him as a hero.
There's nothing heroic about killing another human being, no matter for whatever cause. And I don't feel proud of having done this. I would condemn that kind of an evaluation of my act on the part of anybody.
Yeah.
The parole board officer who spoke to reporters briefly yesterday claimed that Sirhan had received a fair hearing. Sirhan's attorney claims the board made its decision in less than 5 minutes after a hearing that lasted 4 hours.
A board